So, firstly, I did not have I hope my microphone is on and you guys can hear me. But firstly, I did not have the best day, but lately I've been doing my best to be a positive person. I wasn't this positive before, so I've sort of trained myself to be a positive person. So I don't want to dwell on negativity. I did not have the best day because everything did not go as planned based on timelines. The timelines that I planned, certain things, you can even see that I have extra eye bags because I'm so stressed. So the timeline that I planned for certain things to happen is not the timeline that they happened in. So the whole day just did not go the way that I planned it to go. So, but that aside, um, I want to talk about having different ideas at the same time and wanting to execute them all at the same time. I don't know if I would say it's a challenge. I don't know if it's actually a challenge, but it can be pretty difficult, especially when other people don't understand why you are doing why you are doing what you're doing. It can also be overwhelming. Okay. Um, but someone like me, I get ideas, let me say every week. Every week I get an idea to do something. Okay, sometimes even twice in a week because I'm always reading, I'm always researching, I'm always getting more knowledge. So the more you know, the more you want to put into action the good knowledge that you know. So like every week I get an idea. I don't carry out most of them because they are capital intensive and I don't have like money to spare. But there are certain ideas that are not so capital intensive that I can actually carry out. Okay. And think about carrying out so many ideas at the same time is that you get overwhelmed and you don't really have focus, because rather than putting all your energy on one thing, now you're spreading your energy on, let me say, five different things. So it becomes a problem, becomes an issue, because you don't get to sit and watch one thing grow very well before dividing your attention into let me say five other things. Hi Kahetlu, am I pronouncing that correctly? Kahetlu. Hi, Statue of Liberty. Who is that? Hi, Jay. Hi, Kaetlu. Welcome to the live. Thank you very, very much. I just made it. Thanks a lot. I appreciate. Thank you very much. So we're discussing people who have lots of ideas. Ah, please don't drop nasty comments. I'm from Nigeria in Africa. And you, Kahedlu, and you, where are you joining me from? So yeah, if anyone has any contribution based on the topic, having many ideas, you can drop your comments in the comment section. Oh, you're from India. That's nice. That's lovely. Nice to have you here. Thank you so much for being here. So I just came on live to share my experience and to share something that I'm currently going through, which is having to divide my attention and my time because I do so many things. And what type of topics? I basically stream about anything that comes to mind, basically things that happen in my life, things that I want to share. Basically that's what I stream about, life topics, business, life issues. Basically those are the things that I stream about, basically whatever it is that I want to talk about in a moment, whatever it is that I'm going through. But I don't have like a particular niche. I just share my journey basically. So you're always welcome to join anytime you feel like there's something I'm talking about that resonates with you. Okay, and if not, then it's still fine. I appreciate you being here. Anyways, so yeah, I was just saying that there are so many things that I currently do, and it can be a bit overwhelming because if you do one thing, if you focus on one thing, you can put all your energy into the biggest change that I've seen personally in the last 5 years? Um, well, if you ask me, the changes have not been well. Like there are some parts of the country that enjoy more benefits than the others. So like whatever I say now cannot be answered generally, okay? Because generally things have not been that great. The economy in the last 5 years, the economy has really gone down. Like there has been inflation. Things have gotten more expensive than they used to be. Things that used to cost maybe 1,000 naira, right? Because we use naira in Nigeria. Things that used to cost 1,000 naira, and now they cost about 5k, 5,000, 6,000. Okay, so like the prices of things have really, in fact, let's say quadrupled, or like it's like times five now. Okay, and poverty rate has gotten higher. The poor is getting poorer. Meanwhile, somehow the rich is getting richer. So there's been a decline basically, but there are still some parts of the country that enjoy good things. But generally, poverty has increased. There has been inflation. Like the economy is not as great as it used to be. Um, I don't want to mention names or drag anybody on this life, but all thanks to our leaders. That's by the way. Political reasons and the struggles of Nigeria is not the focus of this live. Of course, I do concern myself with political activities, but I don't like to dwell on it, because if you dwell on political affairs so much, you might even get depressed if you always listen to the news, because every day something bad is happening. Every blessed day something bad is happening. So if you're focusing on all the bad things that are happening around, if you're focusing so much on how there's a decline, how the economy is suffering, the killings, and like if you're focusing on everything, you basically just be living in negativity, because there's so much negative news out there. So I do try my best to stay positive as much as possible. Some days I don't even listen to the news. I don't go on blogs, not because I don't care about what's happening, not because I don't care about the state of my country, but just because for my own mental health and for my own good, I would rather not dwell on those things. Exactly. And the thing is, people say, oh, the leaders are bad, but it's not just the leaders. In your normal community, you see how people act. In your normal environment, you come across people that are greedy, people that are selfish, people that are just plain wicked. So it's not just the government, it starts from the grassroots. People at the grassroots are even dubious. You make dealings with somebody, probably business dealings or something, and they will try to cheat you out of your money. So you cannot just say, oh, the leaders are bad, leaders are greedy. Even your neighbor is a bad person, even your neighbor is a greedy person. So the leaders are just a reflection of the citizens. I think it's a general issue. People, I will not say just Nigerians, I think it's everywhere. People are faulty. Let me just put it that way. People are very, very faulty. Thank you so much, Jay. I appreciate. Yes, I cannot change these things, so I should focus on what I can control, and I do that. I do my best in my little way, like in my church, in my local environment, my community, my business, interacting with people. I do my best to be a good person. I do my best to do what I can for people. I do my best to help the needy. I do my best to make somebody smile. I do my best to be kind. I do my best to improve the world in my own little corner. But I don't have access to like up there. But I just do what I can, at my community level. Exactly. It doesn't take much for it to break. And if there comes a situation where there are no laws, you will be surprised how much quickly people can stumble into chaos very easily. Like some people are just being held back because of the laws. I don't know if you've ever heard of jungle justice. I don't know if you know what jungle justice is. If you don't, I will need to explain. But jungle justice is basically when a criminal is being caught, and rather than handing the person over to the police or to the authorities, the citizens take laws into their own hands, and then you can met out punishment to the person that was caught. Okay, sometimes they beat the person up, sometimes they even go as far as killing the person. It can be that destructive. And the thing with jungle justice is oftentimes the people that are being accused, there has not been any there has not been, like, you are not sure that that person is guilty of what they've done. It's just an accusation, but they go ahead and give punishment to that person without even being sure that that person is really guilty. So I think that's so messed up. That one, we can't say it's the government, we can't say it's the leaders, it's citizens that carry out such evil acts. And you will then find out later on that sometimes these people that they do these things to are even very innocent. So like like you're right, it's a very thing. It doesn't take much for people to just spiral out of control. The moment they feel like there's no laws that they can get away with it, you will be surprised that. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I had to change the microphone. I think that one died. So I don't know if you can hear me now. Please let me know. So if you can't hear me, I can fix it. But I think you should be able to. Okay, great, great, awesome. That microphone died actually. I think I forgot to power it. So Jay, where are you? Where are you joining from? Where are you joining from? You didn't let me know where you are joining from. Um, still waiting for an answer. Oh, the UK. Oh, okay. I would assume that the how is it over there in the UK? How is the environment? How is the state of affairs basically? What is the economy like? Because over here, a lot of people are migrating over there. Sometimes some people say that, oh, when they go about there, things were nice, and some people say that it was not that great for them. So, but you, as are you a citizen? I would assume that you are not like a permanent resident, so but like born and brought up there, like a citizen. How is the country like for you? How is the environment like for you? Because I would assume that it might be a bit different from those who migrated there, as opposed to if you were born there and you were raised there and you are a citizen of the place. Actually, G, with this topic, you you've made me go off course from what I actually came online to talk about. Okay, you've changed my discussion. Basically, I didn't mean to go so off guard. I realize that I do that sometimes. If come online to talk about a particular thing and then someone else starts talking about something else, I go ahead and talk about that different thing rather than continuing with. I don't I don't really know how I'm going to balance that. Because if someone asks a question, it will be rude not to respond. But at the same time, I still want to talk about what I actually started the live to talk about. So I guess I would figure it out someday, sometime. Okay, but that is probably not today. So, no response from Jay, so I will just go back to the topic that I originally wanted to talk about. So yeah, on the topic of having many ideas and doing everything at the same time, it can be really really hard, really really hard. I think people are born different, right? There are some people that all they do is one thing and they focus on that one thing, and then I know other people that every 6 months they're doing something new. Either they're launching a new business, or they're involving themselves in something else, or they're starting a foundation or a charity, or they're just starting something new. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's different for everybody. For me, sometimes I realize that I enjoy starting something. I enjoy the process of beginning I enjoy the process of starting something, but then when it gets to the center, I realize that I don't really have the zeal to go on. Okay, I kind of lose interest. So sometimes I think, is it that I enjoy starting this thing just for the thrill of starting it, or I actually want to see this thing to the end? I think sometimes when I do lose interest in something, it's because I've given it so much of my time and my efforts and it's not working. I think sometimes that is the reason, okay? Some things you start, you give it your time, you give it your efforts for like a year and then it works out. Some things you do for like 2 years and you never see results. Now, if you're doing something for 2 years and you're not seeing results, and I mean results as far it's not yet paying the bills, like it's just not working. You keep pouring your time and your energy into it and it's just not yielding anything the way that it should. After like 2 years, definitely you have to leave it and move on to something else. But there's a thin line between, okay, it's going to work out tomorrow and you are just wasting your time. Okay, you might be thinking you're being patient, but sometimes you are actually just wasting your time and your energy. And some people are actually really, really patient. They stay for like 5 years, 6 years before they realize that, okay, this thing is really not working. And it's not just business, it happens also in relationships, it happens also in social life, in our friendships, and then it also happens again in business. So how long do you stay on something before you realize that, okay, this thing is not working and I need to move on? At what point do you think that you're no longer being patient, you're just wasting your time? I think everybody should actually sit down and try to analyze whatever situation they are in. I mean, we all do things to the best of our understanding. So, to the best of your understanding, just try to analyze the situation. Know what are the pros, what are the cons. If you stay on this thing without seeing any results for another 2 years, what is the harm in that, or what is the good side in that? Okay, are you eventually going to get some return on investment? And if you start getting return on investment, will it be worth the amount of time that you have spent waiting, hoping that this thing would eventually come true? Yeah, so these are some of the things you need to analyze before you finally let something go. And some people like me, if something is not working, I think I realized pretty early that it's not working. Even in relationships, like it doesn't take me 3 years to know whether the relationship is heading anywhere. In 7 months, 8 months, I'm usually aware if we are heading anywhere substantial or not. And then for businesses, I think for businesses, let me just say 3 years actually. But before I start a business, I do a lot of research. So I actually will not start a business that is not, I feel like it's not going to work out. So if I eventually start it, I would want to give it a number of years to see if it's really going to work out or not. I'm not a quitter basically, but I'm a starter. Actually, like I said, I get ideas every okay, let me not exaggerate. So every month I get the idea to do something new. Some of them I start, some of them I don't start. If I want to count number of ideas I've worked on that were never successful, in fact, maybe up to 15. So many ideas I've worked on, but they were never successful. Okay, probably because I did not stay on the idea long enough, or I did not give it my best shot, or I was just too distracted. Like I said, one of the downsides of working on too many ideas at the same time is that it can get overwhelming, especially if that idea is just taking in money, but it's not giving you any returns yet. Especially if the idea is not yet paying your bills, so it's just you putting your money into that business, into that venture. um Jay, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to give this channel a thumbs up. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you now and always. Um, thank you for your presence. Actually, for taking time out to just be here with me. It means a lot, and I hope to see you some other time on either one of my lives or one of my videos. Thanks a lot. Hi, Ashraf. I'm so sorry. I saw your message. Hi. I think you've joined my live before. I have seen you before. How are you doing? How have you been? How is your day? How is it going? Just tell me something. Just tell me something new. It's nice to see you. I haven't seen you on any of my lives in like let me say a week. It's been a while, but it's nice to finally have you here again. It's getting hot, so let me just turn on the fan. That feels better. Are you here? Okay, no response from Ashraf. Okay, since I'm not getting any response, I'm just going to proceed with what I was talking about. I hope everyone can hear me still. Okay, sorry for that break. But yeah, as I was saying, there are many things that I've started that I never completed for different reasons. Okay, things that I started, ideas that I worked on that eventually were not successful. And one of the major reasons was because of time. Bringing your ideas to life can be really, really time consuming. Okay, they can take a lot of sorry, they can take a lot of time, they can take a lot of toll on you because they demand your time, they demand your energy. Okay, and if you're involved in so many things, you may not be able to share yourself in different places. And like I said, especially if the idea does not pay your bills yet, it's such a major issue when you are working on something that doesn't pay your bills. It's really a major issue because why would you want to spend so much of your time and energy on something that doesn't pay the bills yet? Meanwhile, you have probably a 9 to 5 or you have another business that covers the bills. So definitely, whatever brings you the most money will get the most attention. Okay, so where do we draw the line between things that we want to contribute to society, things that pay the bills, and things that we just enjoy doing? There are certain things that I do because I enjoy them. For example, posting on YouTube, creating content, and all of that. I do it because I enjoy it. Actually, I do enjoy it so much. So, but it may not be something I can do every day because because of time, because of energy. Okay, so it's just something that I was thinking about, having a lot of ideas and wanting to do everything at the same time. When I see people that they only focus on one thing because they feel like that's their mission in life, that's their purpose in life, I don't, not like I feel jealous, but I wonder what that is like because I don't think I've ever had that, just being able to focus on one thing. Okay, if something is working and it's going well and I have spare time, I would feel like I need to use my spare time to work on another idea. I would feel like I need to use my spare time to have a side hustle. Even though I have probably have like two side hustles and one main business, I still feel like I need to have another side hustle. Especially whenever I have a spare time, I do think about it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm not saying it's a problem. I'm just saying that it's it has its ups and it has its downs. It has its pros and it has its cons. Okay, some people may never understand what it's like to have 10 ideas and you working on each of them at the same time. Some people may never know what it's like to have 10 ideas and want to work on your 10 ideas at the same time because you're so focused on one thing. Meanwhile, some of us will never know what it's like to just have one idea at a particular time. Okay, like every day I wake up, I have like four compulsory things that I want to do that day. I'm currently studying and I've never had time to like study today and yesterday. I only studied a little because of running my business, and right now I'm trying to keep up with the little audience that I built on this YouTube channel. And I realized that one of the ways to keep up with my audience is by going live. So definitely I already had it in mind I was going to go live today. But I had a long day at like business was stressful today. I said that earlier when I came on live. Business was really stressful today, but I'm still doing my best to try and like meet up with everything that I have to do. And don't forget family time. Okay, don't forget your social life as well. You still want to keep up with your friends. You still want to stay up to date with one or two things. So it can really, really be overwhelming when you are a multi-potential. I think that's what they call them. People who have multiple potentials, people who can do multiple things, people who have multiple gifts, have multiple talents. It's really not easy balancing everything. Okay, it's really, really not easy. But on the days that you feel like giving up, just know that I'm rooting for you. On the days that you feel like giving up, just know that I understand you. I share in your burden, and I do want the best for you. Just know that it gets better. All you need to do is better planning, okay? Planning your time better. I think that's a major thing. Once you have a calendar to know that, okay, this is what I'm supposed to do at so time, I think it becomes better, it becomes easier. And even if there's like a shift in time, like today now my day, the way I planned my day today, it was not how it went, because someone that was slotted for a particular time, she ate like 3 hours into the next thing that I was supposed to do. So give room for adjustments. When we make plans, I think it's very, very important to also give room for adjustment, because people are not robots. Whatever you do that involves other people, disappointments will definitely come in. Everybody cannot act in the way that you want them to act. Everybody cannot follow your calendar that you have scheduled. Okay, so if you're creating a timeline, do give room for lapses, do give room for errors, do give room for mistakes, so that if something doesn't go as planned, you don't get overwhelmed, you don't get frustrated, you don't feel like giving up, basically. So yeah, I think that's just my little advice. Thank you to everyone who joined this live. I appreciate everyone so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.